Woo-hoo. Go ahead, Teddy. Actually, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes featuring Teddy Pendergrass. Ooh, I know when he left the group, I know they was hurting, but listen, you can't keep certain talents down. Shout out to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Ooh, shout out to Teddy Pendergrass. Listen, if you don't know me by now, well, if you don't know me by now, I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, author, and educator. And I try to, well, try. I come on every morning now after I get out of my clubhouse business group, which I just did. And I come on because I want to try to uplift you. I want to try to give you some type of message in the morning that you can carry with you, as well as to make an offer. And what I am offering is my talents. And I make my talents available by simply asking you or making this statement: bring your pain to me. Yeah, bring your pain to me. And the reason why is because I believe we can fix this. Those two things. I come on to do that. And the reason why is, as a crisis specialist, what I have learned is that most people who are in crisis don't want to ask for help, but they don't realize that makes the crisis work. Also, people who have asked for help, if they did not get results from the person that they reached out to, they tend to go back to that position of not saying anything. I get it. Many of us suffer in silence, myself included. I'm not immune. There's times that I am stuck inside my own head. But the thing that I know differently now that I didn't know before is that I know that a closed mouth does not get fed. So I will reach out to someone, my wife first, and I would then extend that past my wife to professionals or whoever who can help me, especially in business, because Lord knows I get frustrated. What am I doing here? I get frustrated when doing business because it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. And working for yourself like I am doing, it is hard because I was used to showing up at a school, well, putting my lessons together, showing up at a school, laying my thing down for 4 or 5 periods, take my couple of periods off, smile, walk out the door, make a lot of money. But I realized God had more for me. And I'm going to get into all that in a second. But I want to say this: shout out to Danielle Moore. I don't know who you are, but you became a sponsor of my program. And thank you for being a sponsor. Thank you for your commitment to what I do. I am honored. I was blown away when I got the notification that we had a sponsor. I had even forgot that HAPS has a sponsor feature. So shout out to my new sponsor, Danielle Moore. I don't know who she is, but I appreciate her. And Danielle, if you reach out to me, you can reach out to me on my inbox on Instagram, Keith KL Belvin, my inbox on Facebook, Keith KL Belvin. I will send you an autographed copy of one of my books because I want to say thank you for your commitment, your monthly commitment. And I super appreciate it. Listen, I was blown away yesterday. And anybody else, if that sounds like something that you would like to do, if you want to sponsor what I do, and this is the Unapologetically Keith show, because I am from Gigolo to Jesus. I am the From Gigolo to Jesus man. And if you don't know what that is, we'll talk about the book anyway. But come by the HAPS app, sign up for a HAPS account, and you can become a sponsor if you like. I'd appreciate it. Um, I was like, okay, I like that. So shout out to Danielle Moore for becoming a new sponsor of mine. I appreciate that. Now, on this platform here, I am being seen on multiple platforms. You may be seeing me on Facebook. You may be seeing me on Facebook, but in one of the groups that I am in. You may be seeing me on Twitter. You may be seeing me on YouTube. And I think the defunct, there's one more. But either way, whatever platform that you're seeing me on, put a big one in the chat room to let me know that you're there. And if you're watching on replay, when you get in and watch on replay, put a one in the chat room. So first, I pray everybody's well this morning. And remember, we got some very standard rules: like, share, tag. How many people are we gonna tag today? Let's go with 4. Tag 4 people today, because today's message I think is going to resonate And it also, by tagging people, you are letting other people on your timeline get to know who I am. And I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. Because as you see on my shirt, we can fix this because we can. But I can't go into your circles and bring them to the table. I'm connected to you and I appreciate that. But what I need you to do is to tell people that know you that they should come check me out. And I will take care of them just like I'll take care of you. Because reach one, teach one, as I learned when I lived in New York. I'm now in Delaware. So today's message is shout out to my coach, because today's message comes from my coach. My coach, my business coach, Glenn P. Brooks Jr., who I am honored that I had decided to work with him last summer. Yeah, it's been last summer, in the midst of the pandemic, the major part of the pandemic. It's still going on. Don't get twisted. I decided I needed some help because I just felt like I was all over the place with my business. I felt like I just wasn't being as successful as I could be. And I just felt like I wasn't getting where I needed. Now, again, this goes into what I'm talking about today for you guys who are stuck inside your own head. So I made the commitment to reach out to somebody. But the reason why I chose him was because over the years, he has remained connected to me. He has allowed me to see what he does. I've seen him grow organically. And that allowed me to feel comfortable that I believe he's somebody I could work with. Well, great decision. And in that time, Glenn has helped focus me with understanding how my talent should be used. Excuse me. How my talent should be used, and then how to connect that business wise. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It is frustrating at times when you are asked to do something that you are not comfortable with. But I'm going to tell you, it is when dealing from a position of being uncomfortable that we grow, that talents that we didn't know we had come about. So today, and the reason why I bring up Glenn is because he tells us all the time, we all need some help. I love that hashtag. I love that moniker. And that's why today's message is we all need some help. You do. I don't know who this is for. I don't know who's watching this, who's struggling. I don't know what you're struggling with, but I know you're struggling with something. Now, I mostly work with women and couples. And the reason why I work with women, if you didn't watch yesterday's show, you see that I have done some things in my past. And I hurt a lot of women, and now I owe big time. And in the last 16 years, I have been trying to pay that debt off. That has been my motivation, to serve God and to help protect and uplift and heal women who have been hurt by men like I used to be. With couples, I try to keep them strong and solid, which I wish somebody had taught me before I got into a lot of the relationships I got into, especially with a failed marriage behind me now, because I'm happily divorced and I'm happily married. And now I am a very happy husband and all those things of that nature, but it took time and it took growth. And I had to rely on a lot of things outside of myself. So shout out to my wife, Tiffany, by the way. Shout out to Tiff. If it wasn't for God and Tiff, I wouldn't be here now. And that is going to be the title of an upcoming book that I am working on. God and my wife saved me a seat. They did. God and my wife saved me a seat. If it wasn't for my wife just holding my crown for me until I got myself right, I would not have been able to put it back on my head and be the king that I am. So men, do not overlook that your woman is a integral part of your growth. And I know a lot of people going to tell you, you don't need no woman. Stop. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you've already heard the term behind every great man is a great woman. First of all, she's not behind. She's next to. She just hangs in the back because she don't need to be seen. But trust me, her influence is there. And I am super happy for that. And if you think I'm wrong, check out Coretta Scott King. Check out Marley Evans. Check out Betty Shabazz. Check out Michelle Obama. I could go on and on. Check out Ruby D. I could go on and on of the number of women who were forces on their own, but chose to let their man do what they do. I said chose. There's a difference there. So again, guys, and give me a shout out in the chat room. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a 1 if this resonates with you. Put a 1 in the chat room. Actually, no, not a 1. I want you to go, I know. I know. That's right. I know, because you know what I'm talking about. Now, with the term We all need some help. It's important and critical that you understand that we do. The question is, what type of help? That's where we get stuck. Often we're frustrated, we're angry, we're in a mood, in a state, and we don't know who to turn to for help, so we don't. Then here's another problem that happens. We get on social media and we're not focused in why we're on social media with the problem that we have, and we get downloaded all this information from so many sources. And I'm speaking to that sister right now who's sitting there. You're struggling. You're struggling with understanding why he did or does what he does. How you going to take care of these children? How you going to take care of you? And then the job, whatever the job is, or when you're going to return to work if you're not working. I know that sisters go through a lot. Let me tell you how I know. I watch my mom. I watched my mom, with the help of no man, try to raise 3 children. Did she make mistakes? Yes, she did. Did she understand those mistakes? I hope she did before she passed. I know she did it. We had many a conversation. And there were conversations that my mother and I had that didn't make sense until I was grown. And then after I got older, I realized that part of what I was trying to do was take care of her because of mistakes she made when she was younger. And unfortunately, I would no longer have my mom. She passed last year in June. I get it. And I had my grandmother also, who is another integral part in raising me, and I lost her 8 years ago. I think 9 now. No, 8 years ago. And between those two women of color, my grandmother had a boyfriend, believe it or not. Wasn't a husband. She wasn't married. So before y'all jump on your Kevin Samuels kick, and it's okay. Kevin Samuels, who he is, he has his lane. I don't rock with it, but that's okay. My grandmother had a husband, lost him, and had a boyfriend. I think she just never wanted to get married again. And then they broke up, and she had another gentleman that she was with. But she had 2 long-term relationships as long as I can remember. So she only been with 2 men that I know of. I do know that my grandfather, I think, had passed before or when I was very young, whatever. But what I realized is that those 2 women devoted themselves to trying to raise my 2 sisters and myself. And I know right now there's a young lady out there who's going through the same thing. Maybe not as many kids, maybe more. And when I come on, I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to everybody, but more so you, sister. Because I know sometimes you go, if some of these men would figure it out, and I'm going to be honest with you, some of us may never figure it out. Some of us men, unfortunately, have been groomed to act this way. So when I say we all need some help, we do. But you have to know who to reach out to. Well, that's where, listening to God, I decided to step in. Let me tell you something. It was hard because I didn't want to be here. And at times I fight with myself because when you ask people to bring you their pain, you got to be prepared for everything that you hear. And let me tell you something. That ain't easy. That ain't easy because you may hear somebody's pain and realize, I don't have the skills for that. There was a time I ran away. Now, no. I go, let me hold your hand and let me figure out who we can reach out to get you that help. That's why when I say we can fix this, right here on my shirt, we can fix this. The reason why I came up with my own moniker, my own slogan, my own hashtag was because I needed to create a hashtag that connects to who I am. Because I'm not that internet sensation. I'm not that internet guru. I don't know if this is what I'm about to say is going to resonate with anybody, but I'm going to be honest. I'm just not that social media darling. I don't even like being on social media for too long because I don't like getting information from multiple sources from people that I don't know. And I also don't like engaging with people that I don't know if they're being who they really are. See, I'm an old school person that likes being in the room with some people. I like sitting and talking with you. I like talking on the phone. I like talking. And I'm learning to push myself into areas that make me uncomfortable because it's going to help me grow as a man, as a child of God, and as a counselor. as a specialist. So I do it because I have to. And I do it because the information that's going to be downloaded from certain circles, I can go back and help those people that's hurting. Now, here's the hard part of what I do. I have to go into certain circles online to be able to sit there, hear what's being put out there, shut my mouth, come back and be prepared when you want to have a conversation. Case in point, you heard me mention Kevin Samuels. I don't knock Kevin Samuels. I'm not a fan. But I do go and watch some of his shows because I need to see what he's doing. Because if the women that I'm dealing with say, I have a problem with the way Kevin Samuels does X, Y, and Z, and it's hurting them or triggering them, I need to understand what it is that he's doing so I can offer a counter when I'm dealing with the person directly. So when I was in the classroom, that was something I had to do. I had to go learn the material, make sure that I understood any area that I believe is going to be a problem for the child, and be prepared when that child raises their hand and goes, Mr. B, I don't understand it. What don't you understand, sir? What don't you understand, young lady? And they would go, none of it. Not good enough. That's too blanket. Give me something. Tell me one thing you don't understand. And they think, and I go, were you listening? Show me your notes. And then there's no notes. So you're saying you don't understand, but you didn't take any notes. Do we see the problem here? Yes. So again, I had to lead them there because people will tell you, I don't understand. I'm hurting. What are you hurting? I don't know. I'm just hurting. When did the hurt start? What were you doing? See, and this and the reason this works is I'm a former investigator for the state of Delaware. And I do all of this because I know somebody, and somebody watching right now needs some help. And if you do, hit me up, hit my inbox. If what I'm saying to you right now resonates with you, if right now you're saying to myself, God, I need to talk to this man. Okay, let's go. We ain't got, this is one way. Inbox on Facebook, inbox on Instagram. If you go to my Instagram bio and if you go to my Facebook bio, there is a link to my link tree that actually you can start the process to set up a call with me. Or if you just say, forget the call, we need to get together and I just need to figure out how I can get you to work with me. That's in there too. Just go to my bio. Go to the link tree. It's right there. Click on it. It'll take you to a form that you fill out. Simple as that. Just answer the questions. And the reason why I have to do it that way is because you have a lot of the people showing up. It's hard to be able to get to all of them. And the form allows me to put them in place so I can, as they say, in queue, and then I can get to all of you. Because that's my goal, is to reach out to anybody who reaches out to me. Now, again, let me get back to this. We all need some help. And I think the term I've been hearing, I heard my coach mention it on Clubhouse, a closed mouth don't get fed. And I've been saying that for years. And so me and my coach, we're right there. And we're spiritual brothers at that too. And here's the funny thing about my coach, Glenn. Glenn admits his shortcomings and pounds out his greatness, the things that he's great at. And he'll tell you right away, if I don't master it, I'm gonna let somebody else do it. I struggle with that. I try to keep my hands on a lot because I feel more comfortable in my own talents. I am learning to bring other people to the table because I'm learning to trust that other people will love the people that I'm trying to help as much as I do. I was that way in the classroom. I didn't want other teachers in the classroom because I wasn't sure if they was going to go as hard as I went to help the students that I love. Well, that jaded me somewhat too, because now when I'm out here trying to help clients, I can't help them all at the same time. And I can't reach them all at the same time. And I can't do all the progress reports at the same time. And I can't do all the promotion at the same time. And I can't do the emails at the same time. Because in trying to do all of that, it takes me away from the thing that I really enjoy doing, which is the help. Even so much so that I stopped writing because of the pivot that I made in my life, in my career as a specialist. I got away from writing. Well, shout out to Tarkessa Colvin, who has now become my literary mentor. And she's got me in this grueling intensive, and she has just pumped so much life into my literary mind that fire is lit. But now I got one fire for writing again, but I have the fire for helping. And it's like, I feel like I'm on fire. But this is where having people in your life that you can talk to, having groups that you can actually go in that silence the outside noise. So I'm going to ask you this. If you have groups that you use to help you get information or just to get you, and I'm going to speak to the ladies. Ladies, let me tell you this. So I'm speaking to all the women right now, just the women. Fellas, I'll get to you in a second. Ladies, answer this question for me. If you have a Facebook, I was about to say Yahoo groups, Lord, I'm sure I'm dating myself. If you have a Facebook group or you have a website that you go to get information when you need help, relationship wise, what's the name of that group? Put it in the chat right now. Where do you go when you need assistance relationship wise or for comfort? That's one. The second one, I want you to put it in the chat room as well. When you want to learn some new things, when you want to learn something, whether it's a hobby or just something, what group do you have in place for that? Put it in the chat. And again, the reason why I'm asking that is I want to know where you hang out. I want to know where the folks are that I'm speaking to are, because I want to come there and I want to be there because I want to connect with the people that I'm trying to help. Because I know we all need some help and I know we can fix this, but I can't fix who I can't find. And I know some of you are not the type to just yell out, I'm over here. So if I go there, I know some of you will come to me. I know that. Is that Field of Dreams? They said, build it and they will come. No, build it and they'll look at it. You got to go let them know. Yeah, you got to come over here. Now, I have a group every Friday night from 9:30 to 11:30. It's called Unapologetically Keith. And the same is right here. And my wife and I, we host a group of adults, mostly women. We got a couple of brave men who come in and try to match wits with the women. Whoo, I'm just saying. But we have a Facebook group, Unapologetically Keith, where every week we talk about just whatever might be the hot topic or just something connected to people. And it is a safe space because we want people to be able to give their thoughts and views. Like we talked about a woman asking a man to marry them. We talked about there was a meme of the man saying that he wanted to offer his woman plastic surgery because he didn't like her stretch marks when she had just had a baby with him 12 weeks earlier. And he said now he was having issues sexually because her stomach, her stretch marks turned him off. Was he wrong? And I don't just ask you blanket questions. I'll ask yes or no, but then I want your response. And your response and your opinion is respected. In my space, no one is going to attack your opinion. We don't do that. We are mature adults and unapologetically keep. And the reason why is I want folks to see that people think differently. And I make sure I moderate that correctly. So if you want, come join us, Unapologetically Keith, every Friday, 9:30 to 11. Well, sometimes 9:30 to 12, 9:30 to 12:30. And the other day, I think me and one of the young ladies were sitting and talking till like 1 o'clock in the morning. 1:30, I think. So Unapologetically Keith. Now, I have one other group. It is Seek His Face Bible Study. I have a Bible study group, but I'm not putting you on blast. I just simply post some scripture. We offer prayer requests, and I create a safe haven for people who just want to come and ask for prayer, or just be able to read some scripture without somebody beating in the head. And you Christian brothers and sisters know exactly what I'm talking about. There's some folks that love the Lord, but they kind of OD. And they can't drink a cup of coffee without quoting 10 scriptures. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying. So what I wanted to create was a rest stop for folks. Come on in, whatever the verse of the day is, read it, meditate on it. If you need a prayer request, come on in. And every now and then I'll post some of these videos there, or I'll go find some videos or some music, or some other folks will post some things. And it's a low key, not super high energy, maybe even low energy, but it's a place just for comfort. It's a place of tranquility and a place to relax. That's Seek His Face Bible Study Group. And again, that's my two places that I created for folks that might be going through what I'm going through. And that's sometimes sensory overload. So let me get back to this. I don't know who needed to hear this. If you're a sister right now struggling with just trying to make understanding of what's going on, because I know COVID threw everybody into a tizzy for some. And I know some of you are saying, but there's some people out here killing it. Yes, there is. There's some people that took advantage of this COVID situation and they ran with it. I get it. But what we do know, COVID brought death, my mother included. COVID brought death. This past year for some people has been difficult. This past year has ripped some families to shreds. This past year and a half, actually, this past year and a half has caused some people to see life differently. And for some of you ladies out there, it just made it worse for you. Because now you're torn between how do I take care of my children and work? Some of you have not been able to date because of this COVID situation, which dating was already a struggle. And let me tell you something, men that are watching, and I'm not excluding you, I'm just not talking to you right now. I don't think many of the men out here really understand what our sisters go through. Do you know how hard it is for a sister to try to get out here and date in these streets during these times? Do you know how hard it is for a working sister to try to date? When you got so many pedos out here touching kids, you don't even know how if you can trust the babysitter. Now tossing white supremacy, now tossing partisanship where everybody is in their corner yelling and screaming. Now toss out that you got Karens left and right, and toss out that we got hood folks out here acting stupid. Where is a woman supposed to take her children and feel comfortable? Where are the men who are defending these women when these weirdos show up? And you ladies know exactly what I'm talking about. If you do, put a 2 in the chat room. Put 2 fingers up, because sometimes that's all you can do is chuck up 2 deuces and be like, I'm out. I'm not messing with you. We got men out here that's moist. They see a woman being treated badly and they say nothing. A woman says, no, I don't want to speak to you, and you get aggressive because you don't know how to deal with your own feelings of rejection, because you didn't have no man around to teach you that you offer, you don't get, you say thank you. Thank you. She didn't give you nothing. Thank you for even taking the time out to talk to you, sucker. Yeah, I said sucker. I sound like my grandmother. That was my grandmother's favorite term, sucker. I miss that old lady. But yeah, I was raised, and even though I was out here whoring my ass off, pardon my language, I was 37 years, I was a big whore. But you know what made me good? I knew how to speak to women. You know what allowed me to get around their defenses? I knew how to speak to women. And now that I'm not that dude, that I'm a man of God trying to protect women, I still know how to speak to women. So ladies, when I say we can fix this, we can, because I understand what men are saying, doing, and attempting to do. I also know how to try to breathe life into you. I know what it is when a man says, I got you. I know what it is when a man sticks out his hand and says, can I help you? I know what it is when a man says, I'm sorry, and means it. That's what I bring to the table. And I don't know who needed to hear this. I don't know who lost faith in some of us dudes. I don't know who's tired of seeing some of these super ultra Ubermen who have gotten to the point that they're so filled with themselves, they don't even know how to be a man because they're forcing women to deal with them. And how many of our sisters have we lost that have just given up on men and said, you know, I'm going to get with women? Don't get it twisted. All the women out here that are with women didn't just start off that way. And I'm not knocking my LGBTQIA family. I'm just saying, I know some of you were born that way, and I know some of you were pushed that way because of the negatives that was done to you. I love both sides, but I get it. But what I do is I come to the table in an attempt to help. Am I the greatest at it? In my mind, yes. But in actuality, I'm just a dude out here trying to do what God has allowed me to do. Because here, let me let you in on a secret before I get ready to end this. Every day I get up, I try to figure out a way to help somebody because I'm hoping that it takes the blood off my ledger. Because I got a price to pay. I got a debt to God. Think I'm crazy? Read Psalms 51. Read Psalms 51 and look at those first 20 verses from David. Lord, forgive me, for the only one that I have sinned against is you. And if you don't know the story of David, I said it yesterday. I'm going to give it to you real quick before I jump off here. David, King David, the man who slew Goliath with those flat, smooth stones, took out the big man. cut his head off, ran around waving the head, became king. We know that part, right? You got that. You know that part of the Bible. You know that story, right? You ain't even got to be a Christian. You know the story of David Goliath. Yeah. Now let me give you a part of David that many of you may not have read. Let's go to church for a second. David on the top of his palace saw Bathsheba. She had to be bad. Because you think of a name like Bathsheba, don't you think of like somebody real sexy? Okay, I'm getting off things. I think Bathsheba was a looker, like, woof, yes. So David sent his partner, go get her. Go get her. Okay. David got her, got with her. And it's the king. How's she gonna tell the king no? So he gets with her and gets her pregnant. Sounds like reality TV, huh? Now, once he got her pregnant, the hell am I gonna do? He go gets her husband Uriah, a soldier, brings him back from the war. They're at war. You gonna bring the husband back, drink with the husband, then tell the husband, take some time off, go home, hang out with your wife, sleep with your wife, man, you deserve it. Lies. Straight lies to cover up the fact that you got them panties. Y'all didn't know this type of scandalous stuff was in the Bible? Let's proceed. Uriah, being an honest man, lays at the front gate. Front gate? Yeah. King, I'm here for fight. I'm here for battle. I can't go home and lay with my wife, man. I thank you for the drinks, but I'm here to go to war. Ah, damn it. So David goes, I know what. Him and the same dude that went and got Bathsheba, here's what they planned. Let Uriah go back to battle. Put him out front. And then have the soldiers ease back. And the enemy will take care of our business. David was a sucker. David was a sucker. Scandalous. All because he got some coochie. Oh, you didn't hear the Bible talked about it like this. Come on. Get a little close. Uriah catches it, and two others catch it. 3 men die over David's lie over coochie. He disrespects a married woman. 3 men die. Keep those numbers in your head now, because I'm going to finish this strong. 1 woman disrespected. 3 men dead. You with me? Okay, let's go. The baby, so he keeps Bathsheba as his wife. They have a baby. Know how long that baby lived? 7 days. 7 days, and God killed that baby. Yeah. David also had 2 other sons. Well, he had multiple kids. One son rapes his daughter. Yeah, rapes his sister. Sister said, you don't have to rape me, just marry me. They was doing that back in the days. You could marry your sister back in the days. Brother wasn't hearing that, raped her. The other brother, hearing of the rape, hearing that David didn't take care of his business, decided, I'm going to knock off my dad and I'm going to knock off my brother for what they did. Still sound like reality TV, right? Well, that brother kills that brother who raped his sister, and comes after his pops. And coming after his pops, the same dude now that David sent Uriah to war, he gave order. He said, listen, capture my son, don't kill him. Because he came and took everything. He took the palace, everything. David was on a run. He said, look, capture my son, but don't kill him. His man, who went and got the coochie to begin with, is why you got to watch who you have around you, gave a second order, kill him. And that's what happened. He did. He killed him. So look what happened with David. And I want you to pay attention to this, men. David disrespected Bathsheba and cost 3 men their lives. David's daughter was disrespected in the vilest way by her own brother. And he lost 1, 2, 3 children. 1 woman disrespected, 3 women dead. What did David do again? 1 woman disrespected, 3 men dead. Men, hear me. There's some sisters right now that need our protection. Now, I told you that story, and if you want, go read your Bible. Go read about David, but read it all and come back. Let me know what you thought. See, I'm a man of God, but I may not be what you call your ordinary Christian. Some churches don't know how to take me. It's okay. I'm used to it. But right now, ladies, I know there's somebody out there watching this video who needs some help. And I know that some of you have been Bathsheba. I know that some of you have been, I believe her name was Tahira, has been the daughter who's been treated in a bad way by somebody that she cared about. I know that too. I'm here for all of that. Because the one thing that the Lord has allowed me to be is an empath to absorb that, not judge you, and then find a way to restore you. It may take some time. We may be together for a minute while we rebuild and you learn to trust me and trust men again. But the reason why you are the woman that I work with is because I was David at one point. I was worse than David because I didn't just stop with one Bathsheba. I did a lot of things. So when I tell you I get up every day and I fight hard to help, is because my prayers are simple. I ask the same prayer every night. After I pray for my family, and I ask the Lord to forgive me for my sins, I start off with asking the Lord to forgive me for my sins. What I pray for is time, and I pray for clarity. I say, Lord, grant me the time to act on what you've allowed me to understand and to know. And then I ask for clarity, because clarity of mind allows me to be able to see what's wrong with you and to help you. And if I can do those two things, then I know I'm going to make a difference, because as I just said to you, I got blood on my ledger. And I don't want to face him with that much blood on it. I want to try to even the playing field. Plus, I owe every woman that I've ever hurt. And I've offered many an apology, and I'm trying to be a living example. So I'm sorry I went a little long today. But I hope I've given you reason to reach out. Reach out to my inbox. All right? Or right there on my bio on Facebook. You see the Linktree link, click it. All right? And if you're on Instagram, go to Instagram. It's in my bio as well. Or just hit my inbox. Say, Keith, you know what? I didn't have time for that. I just want to talk to you directly. How do we set up a call? Let's go. And so, again, I'm going to end with this. I want you to remember, as my coach, Glenn P. Brooks Jr. says every day, we all need some help. And as I say every day, be brave enough to bring me your pain, which just simply means bring me your problem, because I believe we can fix this. Because together, the two of us will figure it out. Because what I know is that when two or more are together, God gets closer. He says that. I believe that. And I've seen it work. But I cannot help you if you do not tell me that you are in pain. If you do not share with me that something's wrong. I have 3 calls today. And so I'm going to try to help those 3 people that I'm going to speak to today. But I am building and I am reaching out and I'm here. And if you want to collaborate with me, reach out. I'm here to do that too. I'm always looking to grow, because right now, nobody knows me. I'm just a big nobody. I'm a pleasant one, but nobody knows me. I'm getting there. And if you're on this Haps app and you want to sponsor me like Danielle Moore, you can come by, sponsor me. I appreciate it. Wow. Shout out to Danielle Moore for supporting me. Again, reach out to me, sister. I got a book for you with your name on it. To say thank you for the sponsorship. So again, guys, I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, award-winning author, educator, and more importantly, man of God. And I thank you for allowing me to be in front of you. Make sure that you like this, share this, and make sure that you tag 4 people who needed to hear this sermon this morning. Church doors are now open. And if you have never been to a Christian church, you have no idea how exciting that makes people feel, because they now know service is over. Have a wonderful day, guys. God bless. Thank you so much. I am Keith K.L. Belvin, and I am out.